These images of devastation from Nepal have shocked the world. Was it an earthquake, a glacial lake outburst flood, or just flash floods?
Oh my God.
We spoke to an expert to answer these questions. But first, a few updates on the rescue operations from India. "24 hours after devastating floods hit Nepal, India has sent over 47 tons of humanitarian aid to the Himalayan nation. At least 2 cargo planes with relief materials have landed in Nepal so far. The Ministry of External Affairs has said that 288 Indian nationals are among those missing, including 5 people from Bengaluru. Many Indians had travelled to the region for the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra. Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar had a brief interaction with one of the travellers from the state currently stranded in Nepal.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಟೂರಿಸ್ಟು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು ಇನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ನಾನು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪೂರಾ ನಾನು 3 ದಿವಸ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಮೊದಲೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವರು ನನಗೂ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ನೀನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡು, ಆತರ ಬಳಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ, ಹೆಂಗಿರೋ ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಸರ್ ಸೇಫ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್.
Over 250 people have been killed and over 1,500 people are missing in Nepal. Scientists have clarified that it's too early to identify the exact cause of the flood, but they suspect a rock and ice avalanche or an earthquake to have triggered the flooding in the region.
So the flood originated in the upper Lende Khola, a tributary of Bhotekoshi River, which sits very close to the Nepal-China border, and where an ice avalanche, basically a big piece of ice, occurred at a glacier. So the ice avalanche started from the glacier, and a large volume of ice and rock entered into the river, and that created a surge of water. Sediments that were already there, and the boulders is because it's a mountain, we are talking about how high mountain areas, so there were boulders as well. So those got pushed down the Bhotekoshi into Trishuli. So these are different rivers that it got pushed into, and the assessment is currently ongoing by multiple agencies and multiple sites, and current work basically focuses on analyzing the cause and the whole process. So we are trying to basically back engineer based upon whatever information we have. So that's all we have right now. I won't be able to state a confirmed trigger as such, but what we know as of now, it started as an ice avalanche.
Many reports have also attributed the flooding to a phenomenon called GLOF, Glacial Lake Outburst Flood.
It is not Glacial Lake Outburst Flood. It was an ice avalanche. So Glacial Lake Outburst Flood basically are lakes which are made because of retreating glaciers because of warming climate. So there are huge lakes, and then there are moraine dams and basically which fail because of warming climate also. And so this was not a GLOF. The thing that happened yesterday was not a GLOF.
Climate change has also played a big factor in this disaster.
I'm sure that the climate change is the major problem, and climate change, this kind of happen is due to the climate change. We know that the climate is increasing, the temperature is increasing, and the precipitation pattern in the Himalayan region is also changed. What we have been observed that the snowfall area is just decreasing, and the rainfall area is increasing in the higher altitude regions. Where we got in the small drizzling type rainfall, now this just replaced by the torrential rain in the upper elevation. So in that region, the material is also loose and consolidated, and all material with that water is mobilized to downwards, and it create a havoc in the downstream.
According to early reports by the International Center for Integrated Mountain Development, or ICIMOD, water levels in the Bhotekoshi Basin began rising rapidly around 9 am local time on August 26th. The flood breached riverbanks and travelled downstream through the Bhotekoshi River into the Trishuli River. CCTV images capture the intensity as the wall of water enters Rasuagadi at the Nepal-Tibet border. The next set of images are from the Upper Trishuli hydropower project in Rasua district in central Nepal. Locals are heard blowing whistles to alert workers at the hydroelectric construction plant by the riverbank. The force of the water breaks a gate and sweeps it away. Next, the water sweeps away a bridge in Trishuli town. This concrete bridge was also washed away by the force of the water. Investigations to determine if the flood may have been triggered by an ice and rock avalanche originating from a high altitude area are currently on. ISI Mode reports that water levels at the Trishuli river at Glacial rose by as much as 9 meters within just 30 minutes. It further says that experts are also assessing whether the debris temporarily blocked the river at a narrow stretch, forming a landslide dam. With the blockage still lodged upstream on the Nepal-China border, authorities warn a second flood is imminent and evacuation orders are now in place for Geelong port. The Nepal army and the police have deployed helicopters to search for missing persons. Nepal has also requested help from India and China in the rescue efforts. Meanwhile, fears of further flooding downstream, leading to devastation in India, was dismissed.
This is only one river is flooded in the Nepal region. So the single river flooded it in the upper reaches. It could be do a heavy losses in upper region, but it reaches to down and plain region. So the water will be calm and slow, and the deposited sediment in the all upper reaches, and then downstream. I think it is not be much disaster. Disaster will be going down.